Alright guys, welcome back to another Front Office Football 9 video here with our Bills franchise. Coming off another 8-9 season, another disappointing year. But I had a realization looking around at some of the other rosters that are considered very strong. And the reality of the situation is those rosters are filled with players that are 70 overall, and we just don't have that. Outside of our kicker, obviously, who's an 88, still stand by that draft pick. Our best players are Osiris Torrance, who is a 66 on offense. And on defense, we have Alan Witherspoon and Dorian Metzler, a couple of really good draft picks who are 64 and 69 overall. Kyer Elam, a 63. So, unfortunately, I think we have to look at it like light blue players are average. And right now, we have given out some contracts to average players. One of them being Dorian Barkus, one of our rookie receivers, who's coming off another 1,300-yard receiving season. But somebody that we should potentially be moving on from in order to free up some cap space. Right now we have 125 mil in cap room. That's because Josh Allen's not signed. But I think we need to be looking at guys like Dorian Barkus to move on from him, save ourselves 18 million in cap. Potentially moving on from somebody like Taylor Rapp, who really fell off this past season and is now just a 48 overall player as opposed to a 59, 58. So moving on from him as well is something that we should be considering and saving ourselves about 9 million. So, and in doing that, we will be able to make some big swings in free agency and get a couple of big players. And not just that, but we run a spread offense and we only have one good receiver. That's just not going to cut it. So even if we are looking to re-sign Josh Allen, I think, especially with him coming off the season that he did, where he only threw 15 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, his worst quarterback, almost his worst quarterback rating since I've been running the simulation. We should have a decent opportunity now that he's 30 to get him at a slightly cheaper deal, especially because he's coming off a restructured contract as well, in which his cap hit was like 60 million. We could probably get him down to 40. But either way, we're going to have a lot of cap room, and I think we need to take a couple big swings because we do have a really nice cap-friendly foundation in place to land a couple of big free agents and move the needle and get us to a place where we can really compete once again. But right now, we're not there. So let's get it started. We know where we're at with the stadium plan deadline. Ticketing. Let's get that in place. We've been doing somewhat of the same for quite a while now. We actually lost 10 million this past season, but we're building a new stadium, so that's somewhat understandable. And our ticket revenue went down a little bit. Our suite revenue is actually down 17%. Interesting. So maybe I should have kicked our suites back down to like 150 or something like that. We'll have to see about that. Either way, let's keep it moving. Staff retention period here. Let's see. I would like to bring back this staff unless there's somebody that we feel. Sterling Martz. I'm not like totally tied to him. Intelligence, scouting, and player development are not strengths of his. Our defensive coordinator, Frank Herr. Okay, he's fine, but I still think that there's potential for us um, to look elsewhere. Patrick Mahomes is a pending free agent as well as Jalen Hurts. It's interesting. Although I don't see a lot of wide receivers here. Justin Jefferson down there, AJ Brown, Javier Jordan, second round pick. So there's potentially some good players here. We'll have to see what that brings us. I think Matt Daniels also. Oh no, he's gonna be a free agent pretty soon as well. All right, let's take a look at our staff here. So obviously, our head coach, nothing new there. Let's take a look at spread coordinators to see if there's something that we like a little bit more than Frank Herr. Kyle Shanahan. I was just looking at his numbers and I was like, I like whoever this is, and it just so happens to be Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, I want it. I want it. Okay. Kyle Shanahan it is. Defensive coordinator. 4-3 under is what we have been running. I think let's stick with Frank Herr is what I'm thinking here. Our assistant coach. First of all, Frank Herr, yeah. Yeah, I think I still like Frank Herr just slightly. Our assistant coach, I like our assistant coach. Bo Cunningham, not a great player developer, but let's see what's out there. Probably looking at discipline. Pretty good player developer right here in Malachi Hill. Good interviewer. Disciplined. And then as far as spread goes, I think we'll stick with our boy right now. And then our trainer, we're obviously going to stick with Sean McDermott. Draft class revealed here. Oh, Alexis Bramblett. There's a quarterback out here. He's looking good. Underrated. Oh, wow. He's going to go first pick, so I don't think we'll have a chance at that. Franchise player deadline. Certainly some options. Josh Allen is one of them. $65 million to keep him on. Our running back, Ben Adrian. Possibly. Something we can think about. Keep him on a pretty cheap deal, and we don't have to. I mean, that's the common thing that teams do is, tag up their running back. Who has been pretty good for us? He had a 10 touchdown year. He had a 1,200 rushing year. From a receiving standpoint, 1 to 200 yards, nothing crazy. He had a bunch of touchdowns one year. So he's okay. I almost think might even be worth just maybe letting him walk and seeing if we can grab a comp pick and just take a running back in the draft potentially. Might just, I don't know that it's a great use of 14 million. He hasn't really been a needle mover. Cyrus Blodorn, we're probably gonna re-up with him on a long-term deal. Spencer Brown, he is 30 years old. I don't know what a Spencer Brown would go for on the open market, but he is he's one of our better players on offense. 35 mil to put down on him. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at a long-term deal. At a tackle his age. Uh, hmm. Oh, tough decision here. I don't think he's worth that. A 60 overall player. And we have some backup tackles that could take his place as well if his contract just doesn't look incredible. I mean, they wouldn't be a direct replacement. These guys would be definitely a step down, but at least somebody cheap that's like an average player we can throw in there. How much is Osiris Torrance making here? About 10 mil. Uh, we'll see what we can do to re-sign him. I don't think it's. I don't think the franchise player, the franchise tag is the way to go for him though. All right, free agency with our team here. First off, let's just see what Josh Allen's asking for here. Oh, 32 mil this year. 40 mil the next couple years. Yeah. Easy yes. 48 overall or a 58 overall player. We do have Buxo signed to like a 4 or 5 million a year deal as our backup, just in case. Let's see. And then we have Quentin Martinez on contract till 2031. Running back, Ben Adrian. He's only going to ask a couple mil of us? I'll do it. That's what I was thinking about giving him the franchise tag for a second, 14 mil. Oh, glad we didn't do that. I think we could find better than James Cook for that money. Dion Shiflett. I think we could find something better than that. I don't really need to bring him back. Harrison Bryant. I thought we had a tight end that was like our... Was Harrison Bryant like our mentor? Thought he was, but I don't see it anymore. Maybe he's not. In which case... I mean, I'm not really super thrilled to bring back either of these guys. I feel like we could just find better in free agency. We already have Bernie Harris on. That's kind of like a younger option there. Deontay Gonzalez looks like his potential rose a little bit. That's good. Noah Brown's still around here. He's a mentor. And I think we need to look to move the Dorian Barkus contract, whether it's... I mean, I don't know that anybody's going to want him right now. But potentially he's put up a couple of 1,300-yard seasons. No one even wants him. We have 90 mil in space right now. So we don't need to do anything quite yet, but that's going to be somebody I'm looking to move if we can free up a little space and bring somebody else in, because right now I don't even, he has negative chemistry with Josh as well. So yeah, we need to bring in a better receiver in his place. Nick Westbrook and Kine, he was more of just like a depth piece. I don't think we really need that. Koljat, just a cheap filler. We have cap control over him. Ethan Pochik has really fallen off. He's only asking for 2.5. Meanwhile, Roman Mage asking just 1 mil. Oh, he doesn't want to. He wanted to play. He didn't get any playing time, so he's moving on. So we might just have to settle on Pochik as a filler right now. Spencer Brown. That's about what I expected. He wants 11 mil this first year and then 15 over the next couple. So his age 31 and 32 seasons, would that be? Or his 32 and 33? He wants. And tackles, maybe can play a little bit longer. Will it be worth it, though? I'm nervous about signing this deal and then we're stuck with 14 mil on the books for the next couple of years and he just ain't it. And it may be somebody that we let go to free agency, and if all else fails, maybe we bring him back, but I don't know. That seems like a risky deal to sign. Cam Robinson, who's our mentor, I would like to bring him back for a couple of years. Just to insulate our depth a little bit as well. Blodorn, he's asking for big money, and I mean, he has earned it. 16.5 sacks last year. My gosh. Yeah, he went crazy. He went crazy. So we'll definitely, he's somebody that I think we need to have around. He's 27. We'll have him until he's 31. Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty incredible. He earned that contract. Brenton Paula and Greg Buton. Both a bit more on the expensive side. If we're already paying AJ Epinesa, I'd rather draft somebody or bring in an undrafted free agent there. So we'll probably let those guys walk and just run with the depth that we have. Vernon Pierce, Mac Langley. Those guys are on contract this year already. And we have Steven Wyshek. Kurt Hinish. He only wants a couple mil, but I don't know that it's really worth it. I mean, we've had AJ Epinesa play D tackle in the past, or Blodorn, and we kind of have the depth insulated there. So we may just want to draft another D tackle or something. Metzler at middle linebacker, Carmichael behind him, Mosley, some mentor. You can bring him back for another 1.5 mil. I'll do it. Our outside linebackers, we have Dorian Williams signed to a deal right now. He's making about 7 mil. Greg Strnad, who wants just a couple mil. That's fine. Over the next 3 years, and he could just be either a starter or a depth piece, depending what we find to go with that, but I don't really feel comfortable bringing back Bach or Tawil. Taron Johnson's been a captain for us. Do we bring him back on a captain contract? He's a 46 overall player now. I feel like he's just really well liked in the locker room. Do we bring him back for like 3 mil? It's one of those things. I think it's probably the right move. And then looking at our safety room, Taylor Rapp just flat out making too much money. And we're going to have to eat 1/6 this year and 1/6 next year to get rid of him. Could he bounce back? Did he have a fall off last? He didn't really even play last year. He started. Oh, wait. Oh, interception return yards. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something different. Okay. His pass coverage statistics still okay. I mean, he only had one interception, but I mean, he's still around 80%. Definitely down in the tackle department. He's usually been our tackling leader, and he was definitely not there. Um, but is that because we have a stud middle linebacker in the middle? Possibly. Possibly. Well, it's one of those things. We'll keep him on for now. And you know, if he proves us wrong, I guess we can figure out maybe his overall changes when we get closer. But I don't know. You know, I'd rather if right now we have 60 mil in cap. If his 10 mil is going to make a difference on bringing somebody in that's going to actually contribute in a big way, what do you want me to do? You know, for that reason, I may just bring back Ben Matus for a couple years. Just some depth insulation here. An option for us in case we do move on from Rap. Maybe a good reason to bring back Nick Westbrook-Akine as well, but I'm expecting us to go heavy in receivers. So even if we get rid of Barkas, we still have Noah Brown coming off the bench for us with Gonzalez, Daniel, and you know, ex-player outside of that. And so I think that puts us in a decent place. And I think we're ready. I can't remember. What did we ended up not, we said no to Spencer Brown. He wants that 6 mil signing bonus. He wants a 3-year deal. Tough, man. Tough. Let me hold up. Let me get a closer look at our cap situation here. So we have about 42 mil right now. Pending, you know, if we get, once we get rid of Barkas, that'll put us up to 18. That'll put us up to 60 mil in space. And then cutting with Rap would get us up to 70. So this move would get us back down to 60 essentially, or 50, depending who we cut. Ah, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess, all he needs to be is good for this year and next year. So then we could just cut without taking too much dead in the face. I'll do it. And I may even just one, two, oh, total value is 45, 40.5. So if we bring this up to 11 and bring this down to 11, that's still about 40. We go there. Just to take away the sting if he's not as good. Well, I guess that's no, that's just I'm doing stupid tricks here because it doesn't really matter. It's not the bonus. So he wants a 6 mil bonus. It's gonna be spread out. So we'll end up taking like 4 to the face if he ends up being not good next year. Let's just do it. I think just for the cohesion sake. Let's see what tomorrow brings us here. So now we are officially in free agency. There's a good tackle here, Mike McGlinchey. Okay. Hmm. What about for receiver? Debo Samuel, CeeDee Lamb. So, okay, some familiar faces here. A lot of old guys though. The only one that's seems to be like in his prime is Kenneth Asani. Red flag character concerns though. Like, yeah, Debo's 32, 30, 33. Red flag. 28 and a mentor for CD. He only did 200 yards and 2 touchdowns last year. I guess he's a 57 overall. Hmm. This is not the year to go for um, a receiver in free agency, huh? Devin Duvernay is 61 overall. He had 1,500 yards and 6 touchdowns for Las Vegas. Well, dang. Pretty good. He's 30 years old. Oh, man. Um, Jake Ferguson out there as a tight end. Yes, a lot of tackles and D safeties, D tackles. I mean, we could go bigger on the line and just go Mike McGlinchey here, but we kind of leaned into the spread offense once again. Could go defense with Malik Hooker. Let's take a look at hmm, And yeah, this is tough. That's not the free agency group that I was looking to see. The other thing we could do is trade for a receiver. Hmm. This guy was third overall pick in 2027. So they would want our first round pick this year. Hayden Edge. We'd give up a third as well and then get a fourth back. Do we want to give up our 11th overall pick? This is one of those things where we would maybe like to just check out what the amateur draft is looking like. Couple receivers in the top here. Darius McCoy. Runs a 4.43, really strong. Looks like he's going to be really fast, really good. Do we just bet on drafting Darius McCoy? He would probably be the one that I want. Then maybe go running back in the next round, I guess. Yeah, it's maybe what I'd do. So I guess the next thing I'd be looking at is like, all right, well, can we sign a tackle to some big money? Because right now we have a couple guys on until the end of this year, and Griffin Fellows and Kenneth Matthews, but they're average, they're average players. So can we go tackle, offensive tackle, to really round out our offensive line, and then take a stab on that receiver in the draft, grab a running back in the draft, maybe look at one of those safeties as well to go alongside Taylor Rapp. Sounds good in theory. Well, let's get back into free agency here. See what we can do. So like Mike McGlinchey, Jordan Mailata. These guys are 33 though. 30 for Mailata. Elgton Jenkins. A 29-year-old Dan Moore here, and he's a mentor. Okay. Fan favorite. Good leader. Dan Moore maybe fits the mold of what we'd like. Paris Johnson, a tackle with 6 years in here. He's 26. Loyal, leader, well liked. He'd be asking for a 4-year deal. Pretty big money. Paris Johnson, a run blocker. Scheme acquisition is a 61. Whereas McGlinchey makes a lot of sense. 2-year deal. He's old, man. I don't know. Sketchy. Mailata makes a lot of sense, I guess, from a scheme fit. Oops. Dan Moore, the scheme acquisition makes sense. He's a run blocker, huh? Are all these run blockers popping up for us here? Hmm. Really old safeties, Malik Hooker. Uh, Scheme acquisition for Trey Pipkins, not great. Paris Johnson's better. How about Zach Tom? It's okay. Colton Miller. Center and Sam Mustipher sitting here. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go for McGlinchey here. It's not gonna cost a lot of money. It's a 2-year deal, so we just need him to be good this year, and then we can kind of cut ties and save a lot of money that way. Wait, time out. Oh, frick! I just muffed that up. No, he's not. He's frustrated because I was doing clicking. All right. Well, this is essentially the same thing here. 30 years old, 2 years younger, and yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's make this deal. Jordan Mailata. Give an offer in there. Um the other thing is like, we can look at secondary as well. A bunch of old safeties out here, man. It's not really gonna move the needle. Go with the young corner in Kyler Gordon here, 28 years old in his prime. Go opposite Kyer. I don't think that's a bad idea. Just get another baller out there at corner. You probably need an outside linebacker. Outside linebacker, corner. And I'll probably just avoid receiver. We'll hit that in the draft. Let's go out, and there's really no safeties that I'm really into. So outside linebacker, corner, and then let's call it a day in free agency. Outside linebackers we got here. Trayvon Walker from Minnesota here. Oh, he's pretty good personality. Yeah. He's strong. Okay. It's the same as Dorian, but those guys can intermatch. 27 years old. We'll have until he's 30. And then let's check out our secondary. Kyler Gordon. He wants a 3-year deal. Martin Emerson, Stingley, J.C. Horn, but he's got to be older, right? 28 though? Why is he so much cheaper? And Gilbert Patterson. A torn elbow ligament in 2027. Is that why? So he didn't really play much last year. He's pretty young though. Take a bet on him. Only wants 3 or 4 mil. Yeah, he missed some games. I'm gonna take a bet on this guy and hope that we can coach him up. All right. Jordan Mailata signed by Tennessee. Okay. Let's look back at offensive line here. Back to our tackles. Is Mike McGlinchey ready to talk? Oh, he's ready to talk. All right. Let's make it happen. He's the one that I kind of wanted in the first place anyway. Signed by Arizona. Bleep. All right, so there's a guard here. But where are we at with guard, though? I think we're pretty set at guard. Oh, I guess... I mean... We got McGovern, we got Torrance. We wouldn't get rid of McGovern because he's a mentor and he's definitely starter quality. It'd definitely be tackle or center that I'd prefer to bring in. There are some pretty decent centers in here. This Mustafa. Scheme acquisition fit, not great. Maybe Freddie. Okay. He's well liked. Decent fit. 58 overall. Wants a 4-year deal. He's 25. I guess if the scheme fit's not going to be crazy, I'd rather shoot for a shorter deal. 31 here is Mason Cole. He just wants a 2-year deal. 61 overall. Intelligent. Good personality, well liked. He wants a winner, so we'll see if that's good enough to land him. And then Elton Jenkins here. He could play tackle. Will my coaching staff move him to tackle, though? I don't know. He just wants a 1-year deal. He is 32. It's 1-year deal. We'll give it a try. Jenkins went to New England. Okay, so we have Tyler Smith. He's 26. Just a 2-year deal. Smart player, good personality, and a good leader. Let's give it a try. I think that would be like a considerable upgrade to McGovern. All right, so we got Tyler Smith. Got Gilbert Patterson at corner. Got Mason Cole, but we missed out on Trayvon Walker. Where are we at cap-wise? 8 mil? Okay. What do we have out there at outside linebacker here? Zach Collins. Loyal wants a winner, fan favorite. Okay. 2-year deal. Willie Gay. 2 years older. Defensive captain. Wants 2 mil. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, this seems like a good leader to bring on. 2-year deal for 4 mil or whatever. And then, whoops. So we'd be at like 5 mil or something. Let's just see if there's a tackle that we can grab. Just something. Mentor, 30 years old. This guy's 35. Mentor. The scheme fit is not great. Yeah, probably nobody that's honestly worth it for us at this stage of the process. Anything else that would be worth it for us to attack here in free agency? We went and made some upgrades to the O-line. Pending an outside linebacker here. Yep, we got him, Willie Gay. Okay. And then we got two really good corners. Maybe just one last look at safety. Still some players here. I mean, 34 years old, 29, 28. Want a 3-year deal. Petrie, red flag character. And then we're talking like not really that big of an upgrade. I don't want to commit to 3 years if I don't have to, so I think maybe Joshua Bledsoe is the way to go. Okay, so they're not going to let me do it. All right, here's where we make our move here. The first one is Barkus. Yeah, I mean this contract's just not worth it. All right, and then let's go offer that contract to Bledsoe instead. Okay. All right. All right, all right, all right. Hopefully most of these older guys that we just signed stay pretty solid. We didn't add any 70s, but we added a bunch of 60s. And then hopefully this receiver that we're looking at drafting is a smash hit, because I don't know where else we would turn. All right, that's gonna be it for free agency. We're gonna look at anybody that we can extend on a 5th year. Matt Daniel for 21 mil. He's been really solid for us. I mean, he had 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns last year. I'm looking to sign him long term. Yeah, he and Josh have a positive chemistry, so I don't want to extend him 1 year. I want to give him a full deal. So whatever that looks like. All right. Draft is up next. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.